Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday evening. Hope you've had a good day. Hope you've enjoyed what you've done today. Whatever it is, I know if you're winding down for work, I know some of my friends are. And if you're watching, you're terrible for that. But if you are winding down for work, you've worked hard, enjoy that rest, you deserve it. And if you're going to the gym, make sure you're going to the gym, you're working hard, and you're not sitting around doing bugger all. But we're talking Spurs anyway, more importantly. We're talking kind of what might happen again in the January transfer window. We've got a Mail Sport have been on it today. They've really been busy. But we're talking a little bit around Richarlison. As you can tell on the thumbnail, he's there, giving it the pigeon. Also, we've got an update around Serhou Guirassy, as well as Arthur Vermeeren. So plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. Just want to say, if you're new, do subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us. And I just want to say as well, thank you all that have subscribed. Just hit 1,500 subscribers. May not be a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube world, but it means a lot to me. So thank you very much to everyone that has subscribed. But we're jumping in. Let's talk Richarlison. So, like I said, it came from Mail Sport, and they said that Spurs are aware that Richarlison remains a target for the Saudi Pro League. Ittihad were keen on the Brazilian in September, and the 26-year-old remains a target. I feel like the Saudi League might have a similar situation on their hands when it comes to Richarlison, as well as does Salah. Not comparing the two in terms of player, I'm just comparing somewhat their situation. Salah is obviously very much needed by Liverpool. He's obviously probably one of their best players. I don't know if depends on how you view Van Dijk or Alisson. I view Richarlison as a player that is slightly indispensable come January, February time, purely because of Son's situation where he's going away on international duty through the winter. Obviously, Valise, we're not too sure if he's really up to speed just yet. It doesn't seem like he is, but I think you might start seeing maybe a little bit more of him in the January window. Not in terms of being sold, I just mean because of FA Cups and things like that. You always got the situation where Richarlison actually is now in form. He has scored a few goals, and he kind of looks a bit more like he's settling into the system, which is nice. And also, the best thing is, actually, when you think about Son and you think of Richie can't play left wing, right? So if let's say Son, he's attacked through the centre and you can kind of see the counter-attack might happen, Richarlison is happily working down to the left wing to defend the left wing. They got that ability to switch, which is quite nice. And actually, it worked out very nicely for the second goal against Forest. You could see, if you go back and watch it, Son and Richie switched. Kulusevski gets the poor kick out, and here we are, 2-0. So on Richarlison though, Spurs obviously, they'd be willing to move him if they get the money that they paid for him. So we paid 60 million. That's what we want to move him on in January. Now, if we get 60 million, absolutely, I think Spurs move on. I think they buy a couple of players with that, and you reinvest into the squad. You would need a striker. Okay, so maybe Serhou Guirassy is the guy. You'd probably want to move Richarlison at the end of the window, if that's the way it's going to be, because of the fact Guirassy might still be on international duty as well. You might want to just move him at the end of the window, and that's why I think if he is to leave this window, it will be right at the end. I don't see it being early doors. I do see him being a potential casualty come the summer, though. I see him in Højbjerg, maybe Lo Celso, maybe Brian Hill, potentially, maybe your Sessegnons, your Davies, maybe. Although Davies done quite well at left centre-back, I just do think there's a shelf life to that. There's not to say he's a bad player, I just think there's a shelf life. By the way, I think there's more players that could be added to that list, but I'm not going to go through it right now. I just don't see it happening in January, just because he is so crucial in January now, knowing that we have no striker, knowing that Son does go, so you lose your left winger. You have Brian Hill, Solomon's coming back, you have Kulusevski, you got Brennan Johnson, you got Valise. You have options at least in the attack. I just think you need to have at least a number 9. Be it a guy that might only get you 15 goals a season. Having him is so much better than having a 20-year-old up front and praying that he does come to some sort of success. Now, the thing is, that's why I think Valise is going to come in and spend more time playing and getting more minutes. Knowing Son's gone, you're kind of limited on striker options, and I think that's why Valise might come in. I hope, at least. I do want to see a little bit more of Leho. But anyway, let's jump into the Serhou Guirassy news. It might not be very good news. And this came from Graham Bailey in the 90-Minute Football. And he said that Manchester United were among the teams who had scouts present at the Allianz Arena on Sunday to watch the striker Serhou Guirassy, whose Stuttgart side lost 3-0 to Bayern Munich. Fulham, West Ham and AC Milan were also in attendance. So you've got to think 4 teams there, all in attendance. West Ham really need a striker. Fulham need a striker, obviously losing Mitrovic in the summer. AC Milan obviously have an older striker in Giroud. They've got obviously Rafa Leao, but they could do with another option really. And obviously Man United, they've got Højlund, but they're looking to get rid of Martial. And I think the idea is what they're trying to do is get enough money from Martial that will pay for Guirassy because of financial fair play issues, right? If I'm Spurs, and if we were truly wanting him, truly in for him, I say you just go get the deal done early in the window, so you can just kind of go, look, we're done with that. He's going to be here in a few weeks. Catch you later. Have a great AFCON Cup of Nations. We'll see you afterwards. Because I really look at the league table at the moment. You beat Everton at home. You're sitting 6 points behind first. I'm not saying we're going to win the title. I'm just saying that top 4 race is hot. And we do have a gap to 5th we do have a gap to 6th and 7th. So it's just about sprinkling a few extra names to keep you going and tying you over. Come February time, we can really knuckle down. When you've got your Van der Ven back, you've got your Madison back, you've got your Sarr, you've got your Basuma. Before you know it, you're sitting there going, actually, the squad's pretty much back. And when the squad was there and fit and healthy, you know what was the deal. We were sitting in first. But yeah, all those teams do need Serhou Guirassy. I just think if Spurs are keen and interested, you act early, you get it done early. And let's finish up with some news on Arthur Vermeeren, the Royal Antwerp central midfielder. Ekram Canol put out an exclusive that he said that scouts of Juventus will watch the midfielder against Anderlecht. So, we know obviously Juventus are very keen on Calvin Phillips. Look, they've got a situation on hands. They've got no Fagioli and they've got no Pogba. And they've got no Fagioli to the end of the season. Pogba might be terminated because of his positive testosterone test. I don't really know what's going on with that. I'm not even going to comment really. But they might need 2 midfielders. If you just let Arthur Vermeeren slip through to Juventus, and he's not going to cost a ton. He's not a 30-40 million pound deal. If you let him slip to Juventus, are a European giant. I think that's fair to say. You know, they've been into some Champions League finals. They've had some big name players play for him. I think it's fair to say the European giants. I think same with AC Milan as well. But if you let him slip, it'll be so hard to get him come when he's 22, 23 and he's really rocking. And it's the same that I think with Job Bellingham. Not Jude, Job. He's at Sunderland right now. He's playing well. If you allow them to slip and go to another big team, you are never going to get them. Genuinely my thoughts and feelings. And I really hope that is the case when it comes to a Vermeeren or it comes to a Bellingham. And if you do say to a Bellingham situation, you say, look, we're going to get you, but we're going to loan you straight back. Same with Vermeeren. You know, actually Bellingham might play minutes, but you might get Antwerp or Sunderland to play ball if you know you can loan him back, because then they don't have to worry about replacing him. I don't know. But just interesting to know that there's a lot of teams snooping around the same sort of players we are. Be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings about that Richarlison news, the Serhou Guirassy news, and obviously the Arthur Vermeeren scouting. I want to know your thoughts and feelings. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.